It's week 6 of the NFL, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Jaguars on Thursday night.
Originally opened in 1995 as Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when this franchise entered the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
Set to go now in week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run. Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 15 carries, 58 yards, and a score.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw complete here, pulled in by Howard. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 37.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
Now Lawrence. And yet again, it's Howard with a catch. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. James Robinson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Oklahoma product, Baker Mayfield, trotting out there now with the rest of this Browns offense.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A first down throw for Mayfield, and it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. A gain of 6 there on first. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. It's caught by Hooper. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 27-yard line.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there, because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
That one caught by Felton. Touchdown! Demetric Felton. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Extra point up and through. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he works free. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38. They'll run on first down. It's Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run. Robinson. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Robinson's got it. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 22-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
On the run, it's Robinson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on the gain there, and it will take us to the end of quarter number 1. These two teams all tied after 1. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Lawrence. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And his kick here is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Browns drive about to get started. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Oh, some strong running. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 42 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. I think you'd have to say Nick Chubb, pound for pound, one of the most powerful runners in the NFL. He proved it there. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Mayfield now. Touchdown, Browns. Austin Hooper, his first touchdown on the year. And once again, the Browns are back in front.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And that makes it 14-10. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the bunker and picked up the first down.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup there. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 2nd down now, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. On 2nd down, it's Robinson. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a 2nd straight play. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Here's Lawrence to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And down inside the 15 he goes.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. Steps away to his left. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's caught out right by Jennings. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now Lawrence.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a...
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one is right through. And And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Offense tried to get a little slick there and sneak the back out of the backfield and turn him into the primary deep receiver. But it's good coverage defensively, and they were able to break it up.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Mayfield. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And this defense going to bring out a couple extra DBs here on 3rd and a yard. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
DJ Chark, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with the coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. In the early window on Sunday, one of the best happens up in Pittsburgh. A big one for the Steelers, as they'll square off with the visiting Arizona Cardinals. In the late afternoon games, all eyes will be on Las Vegas. A glitzy matchup there, where it'll be the Raiders taking on the New England Patriots. And finally, a good one on Sunday Night Football between the Chicago Bears and the New Orleans Saints. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Browns. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half. Both these teams running through their final adjustments before they head out of the locker room. We're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, let's go back upstate to Jacksonville and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. So the halftime break behind us, and we are back underway with the third quarter of action. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So here are the Browns to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They run it again with Chubb. A limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Mayfield off the play fake. Here's a diving catch right side.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. It's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Mayfield able to get this one to his tight end, Njoku. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Buying time to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Lawrence will throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Landry now on the return. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, That's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? 76 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. A run for Nick Chubb. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Mayfield looks to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 40. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
They go play action. Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be a 2nd down. Throwing, Mayfield. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that first down marker. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Running for it, here's Chubb. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Lawrence from his end zone. Being chased out left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now Landry. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Well, I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play calls, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Dancing to his left. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. 4th down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
The Jaguars getting set to go. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. That's taking it around the 40. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play. Mayfield now from the 50, eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he is close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Jaguars 34. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Here's Mayfield, and this is caught. He hits Landry. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. That's going to be caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Austin Hooper. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Browns add on to their lead. So an important drive for them there. They're not home, but momentum, Charles, definitely in their favor now.
And I like the point you just made. They're not home yet, but a 1-point game, and if you kick the extra point, make it an 8-point game. Only one score, but you're right. Momentum definitely in their favor right now.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And now out come the Jags. There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
We've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Browns drive about to get started. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On 1st down, Chubb going to get forward for only about a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Got a man at Schwartz, complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they take a knee. 2nd and 11 now. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
So indeed, they did keep it on the ground, but now it's 4th down, so this one's maybe not quite over.
The clock is still their ally, though, so just no panic here. Let it run all the way down. Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Cleveland, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Buffalo Bills.